she's going to end up getting from these people? They know different people, they have different friends, and she'll get another 50 to 100 recommendations. And she can set up another 10. Now, she could set these 10 up from these people, but do you think she might have some people up here who she still wants to follow up with? Yeah, and I'm not going to keep going. I'm sure you're going to. So, is Liz ever going to run out of work?
No.
No. And one of the things that we take a lot of pride in here in our company, and the economy moving up or down or whatever, is we've never laid somebody off for lack of work. And our representatives know, as long as we don't work this week, I'll have more people to see next week. And not only that, but Liz has been with us since last summer. After 8 months with us, how many of these sheets do you think she now has? She's thousands of them. She really has thousands. And that's why she gave me this one. She's like, I'm never calling these people. So here. So it gets to the point with our reps, and this is obviously a very part-time rep here. You know, a rep who's doing 20 or 30 appointments a week can end up with 200, 300, 400 recommendations every week, and they're only seeing about 5 to 10% of those people. So it gets to the point where they have so many people to call that they don't really need all these people. So what we do in our training program is we teach our representatives how to qualify those recommendations and how to see the right people. Like Liz would much rather sit down with a 40-year-old couple who cooks a lot and has 2 kids and all that type of stuff than a 98-year-old widow living in a home who just wants to talk to somebody. So she's trying to find the right people. So, and we teach her how to ask certain questions, qualifying questions to this customer about these people. Now, another thing is, Liz, for example, is over in Park Slope. So let's say she decided to call these people originally because she saw that they also lived in Park Slope. Well, where do you think these 3 people are going to end up probably living? Yeah, somewhere right up here, say here. We don't get a lot of recommendations in Vermont. And eventually Liz will see these 3 people, and I don't know how many recommendations she'll get from these 3, but I'm sure she'll get a bunch. And guess where 70 to 80% of those people will probably end up living? Usually in the same area, neighborhood, sometimes in the same building. And so what happens with our reps is our reps typically end up working between a 1 to 5 mile radius of their own home. Usually right in their own local area there, because that's where most of their recommendations end up being. Now, it's not a perfect system, it doesn't work that all the time. Sometimes our reps will sit down with somebody and they'll say, oh, my sister would love this, she just got married, she just went to New Jersey with her husband. And if Liz gets one in New Jersey, she'll be like, oh, thanks for the recommendation, appreciate that. However, when she makes her phone calls, do you think she's going to call that person? No. And she doesn't call. Now, I don't think she knows where New Jersey is. So as far as that goes, these people don't get mad. It's not like they're sitting around going, "What is the knife girl calling?" Like this is like they just don't get a phone call, so it doesn't even register on their mind. However, since Liz is screening out anybody that doesn't live in Park Slope, well, she's going to have more and more people to see in Park Slope, which will get more concentrated in that area. So, well, now that you've seen our presentation and the demonstrations that we do with our product, well, where do you think is the best place for our representatives to sit down and work with their client? Oh, see, home, where at home?
Kitchen.
Yeah. Kitchens, dining rooms, those are our 2 best places. We don't like sitting in people's living room, cutting rope on a couch. That doesn't go well. So, well, as far as that goes, how do you think, Liz and Shawnee and Katie and my representatives, how do you think they're treated by these people when they're an invited guest to sit down at their kitchen table for a half hour or so and show them our product line? They're treated well. Think my reps ever get a door slammed in their face? I would appoint with you. So no one ever does that. Whether or not the people buy, they set up the appointment. It's almost if somebody has a tutor come over or somebody to repair something, they always treat those people nicely. And not only that, but do you think Liz feels comfortable with these people after she's met with their friend, she's qualified the recommendation, and she decided she wanted to call them? Yeah. We don't just hand our reps a piece of paper with names and phone numbers on it and just calling random people. She always knows people have kids and they're married, a couple, and all that kind of stuff. And so she feels very comfortable dealing with those types of people on a daily basis. So not only is Liz choosing who she's working with and where she's going to work, but guess who gets to choose when she's going to do this work? Yeah, she does, with help from me. So as far as the appointments go, as far as doing appointments, we will do our appointments typically anywhere between 8 in the morning and usually 9 in the evening is usually the latest ones that we'll do. And we run our schedules just like any other professional who has an appointment style schedule. We know the appointments take about a half hour to 45 minutes. So we teach our reps to set up their appointments about an hour to an hour and a half apart, depending on how long their appointments, they're running them or how far apart they are. And so what we do at the beginning of the week is our reps will take a blank schedule, and the first thing they do is they put in anything they have to do outside of our company. That's not really important to me. What's important to me is these little A's. The A's stand for availability. And so they put in where they want to do work. And then when they talk to their customers, they offer the times that they have available in their schedule. If a customer says yes to that time, then they write the person's name in when they fill up all their spots and go do their work. So that's how it goes. Now, if a customer can't see them in any of the spots that they have, then Liz or Megan will say, Mr. Jones, well, I don't have any spots for you, and I'll have to call you back next week, and we'll see if we can set something up next week. And so they have complete control over their schedule in that way. So this is Megan's schedule from the spring. Here's Brock Schwartz. The schedules aren't brain surgery. Brasha used to work between like 12 and 8. That's when she liked to do her appointments. And she didn't work on Fridays. Saturdays she's a staff observer, so she doesn't work on Saturdays. And then this is Brianna. Brianna, one of my reps from last summer. You see she wrote rest and relaxation here till 12, which means she would just sleep until 12. And then she would do appointments here in the evening time. Now, I grabbed this schedule out of my box because you see here it says family obligations. Now, that particular week, she had, I'm trying to remember, she had a family reunion that came up that she had to go to. Now, the following week, she didn't have a family reunion. So guess what she wanted to do on Friday and Saturday the next week? And do more appointments. Now, do you think I had any problem with her doing more appointments the next week? I don't think I've ever called my team and said, hey, we sold too much this week, I need you to stop. So they can do as many appointments as they want. So rep comes to me and says, hey, I got these bills that came up. I say, hey, do more work. And obviously the more appointments they do, the more recommendations they'll have to see. And so we do ask them to do a minimum. On the minimum end, we do ask them to do a minimum of 8 a week. Those are our representatives that usually just work on weekends. They'll do 4 and 4, 6 and 2, or something like that. Or some of our high school students will just do like 2 a day every day during the weekday or something like that. So the schedules are flexible, and there's a little flexibility week to week where we can sit down each week and make a schedule that fits around our reps' engagements. Most reps keep their schedule the same every week. However, with flexibility, as I tell my people all the time, comes responsibility. And if our representatives have 5 appointments set up for the day, they can't say, well, I have a flexible schedule, and the sun's out today, I'm going to go to the beach and cancel these. That would not be a bad reflection on them, it would be a reflection on us. And obviously, that wouldn't be something we're looking for. So the schedules are flexible from week to week, but not day to day. And so the reps give us a copy of their schedule, and then we obviously expect them to hold to their schedule that they give to us. So that's that. So let me wrap up here with our pay and training. Pay is not going to be relevant to everyone, but I'd like to go with pay. That's not how it works. Our pay program is really simple. All of our people here are paid on 2 pay scales at the same time. They have guaranteed base, and they have an incentive program. And they get either or, whichever is more. They don't get both. They don't pick which one they want to be on. They just get whichever's higher typically. So start off with our base pay. Any of you see our base pay at $15? Okay, you're gonna be upset. We actually moved up our base pay. It's now $17.75. So I wish I didn't tell you that. All right, so our base pay is now $17.75, and we pay what's called a base appointment out of straight per hour. Reason for this is we know the appointments take about a half hour to 45 minutes, but can we time every appointment? No, and we're not going to sit there and go, that one took 36 minutes, that one took 48 minutes, and try to come up with an hour. So they get paid for each appointment. So a rep who does 10 appointments for the week will make $177.50 for the week. A rep who did 20 appointments, quick math, 4 or 5, we make $355 for the week. And so when we do 40 appointments, most are solved, then we do 710. And this is just for doing work. This has nothing to do with sales, there's no quotas or anything like that involved. Now, why do you think our reps or our company feels so comfortable paying out that kind of money just to do the appointments, which they pretty much enjoy doing anyway?